Good morning, everyone. So, boy, I can't even remember what video I made last, but it's just been a pretty restful weekend, I would say. On Saturday, I launched the 30 items that my VA had done on, let's see, that would have been the 4th, February 4th of 23. So I launched those, but I put a lot of them into scheduled. So I needed some more on Saturday to try to get my sales back up after being gone so much in Denver and not listing for 4 or 5 days. Don't do it. Do as I say, not as I did. It's okay. It's panning out now. I have really good stuff behind me that still is not listed. I ended up with a lot more eBay stuff out of that than I thought. Plus, I sent, if you happen to have caught my videos, you know I sent about $250 in wholesale bra orders to a gal who buys bras from me. So that 250 is coming back, and as long as she accepts everything, which she normally does, that will cover everything I spent at the bins. Now it won't cover all my hotels. That's what all the eBay stuff has to do, but it really will cover my inventory cost as far as the inventory itself. So I am trying to stretch out my inventory. I estimate in that pile back there by the lights, not this box here, but that pile, that I have probably 75 items at least. And I already have my listings up for today. So on Saturday, there were 30 items. That's the groups that I send to him. He just likes 30 items at a time. Sometimes I can send 50, but normally I just do 30. It takes me less than 2 hours on a good day when I'm just it's shorts and it's real easy things to photo. It takes me like less than an hour and a half to photo 30 items. I have the little pieces of paper. Where are they? Oh, I can't find anything, guys. But anyway, if you've seen my other videos, you see the sheets that I just quickly circle. It has, shorts, pants, dress, everything on it. And then I just quickly circle the boxes of stuff. You would think you could tell some things by a photo, but color especially. Something will be black and to him it'll look gray, So definitely I have the color circles. And then I just put some keywords or if there's any flaws because he can't always see that from the photos or know how to describe that. So to me, it's worth it. It's an hour and a half of my time on the front end, send it to him, and then on the back end, I launch the listings. Normally, hardly any mistakes of any kind. Sometimes I'll change the keywords around. Normally, I write those on the sheet as I'm photoing, and I write my prices on the sheet. Now, some of this stuff back here, I researched at the bins, and I didn't really follow through with the prices. Some of it's weird stuff that I don't normally sell. So I will put a price down on his sheet. He'll put that price in. And then before I launch it, I might look it up. So the back end of that, after I get everything back from him, which is normally 24 hours or less, then that takes me between an hour and a half to 2 hours because that's the put away, that's the labeling, that's actually putting it in my garage and it could sell and I'd know exactly where it is. So to me, 3.5 hours of my time investment to get 30 items up is good enough for me. I am on a group that teaches you to do it even faster by yourself without a VA, but I'm just not there yet. I'm trying to get the photography fast, really streamlined. I don't move my feet. And then in a perfect world, I would sell like 10 brands and only those 10 brands so that I could niche down more. But I also, like today, I have 2 hours to shop because we're going for my son's birthday. We're out of town. I want the trip to be a business trip, but I only have 2 hours to shop because then we are going to have a family thing and then come home. And so, if I could find Nike or the brands that I like that I can just sell similar on very quickly in 2 hours, I would do that. But I'm trying today especially to cut my sourcing time down. So if I see something interesting or weird and I can quickly look it up and it's worth $50 to $100, I'm picking that up, even though it's not the same definition of niching down and doing just like 10 to 20 real small brands. I will pick up even hard goods. I only have about 10% hard goods in my store, but sometimes those hard goods save me $500 to $600 because I don't have to go on another trip yet. I can extend out my trips. So, what I did, I have had insomnia for 2 nights. I think more than that. I had one last week. I don't know why I have it. I don't feel worried about anything. I mean, obviously we all have those kind of nights, but I don't feel stressed or worried. I had my listings done ahead the last 2 nights. Um, it might be from being a night nurse years ago. It might be from getting older. I was careful what I ate at the potluck yesterday. We did have a huge potluck at church and we were busy at church, but I didn't eat excessively. Let's see. I didn't even eat breakfast till 10 o'clock when I got over there. And then I had like a little piece of pumpkin bread. I mean, it's still sugar. It's still not healthy. I'm not going to claim that. But I didn't overeat. I mean, the potluck we had, I mean, I used to, years ago, I would have eaten like 4,000 calories. It would have been like Thanksgiving. Everyone was in a cooking mood and it was amazing. I mean, I made my favorites that people normally like, it's all gone because some people don't cook. But this time everyone cooks. So I still had like half of my taco salad left, a lot of my cake left that I took. So I froze that and that will go to our children's program coming up here on Wednesday night. It's like a caramel chocolate mayonnaise cake that, and everybody liked it, but there were just so many desserts to choose from. And it's good. I mean, it's thriftier now. We're, extending the church's money out too, and this is a fresh cake I just made. So we, covered it up real well and froze it. And then on Wednesday night, we'll have that for our kids program. Anyway, I do digress. So I'm trying to think. So anyway, I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. So the good plan was to, get up at like 4:30 in the morning, maybe 5. I was going to go work out this morning. Same with yesterday. At church, I had most of my food done, but I couldn't go to bed till 2 or 3 in the morning. I tried to lay there. I wasted probably over an hour trying to go back to sleep, and I shouldn't have. Should have just gotten right back up. I've learned that lesson. Get up, do your work. And then when you really are tired or you really feel like you can try again, then you go back to bed. And then I'm not stressed the next day. I used to just lay there and, couldn't sleep. And then I was stressed the next day because I was so exhausted and I couldn't get my work done. So now I've read that it's actually better to get up, get out of bed after you've tried for like 15 minutes. Get up, do something to make yourself tired. So I worked until 3 in the morning on Saturday night, even though I had a very busy Sunday, but I went ahead and finished all my food, all my potluck food, and then I came down and I got a lot done down here. And then I slept from like 3 till 8:30 and got ready real in a hurry, went to church all day. And I tried to rest in the afternoon, could not rest. I'm just like vived up. I mean, it's not anybody's business, but I just don't happen right now to take any meds. I don't need anything, thankfully. I'm very blessed to be pretty healthy, and I don't have any meds or anything that should be viving me up. I don't know what's going on. I do drink some caffeine, but I know I can't drink it too late at night, so I don't believe I overdid my caffeine the last few days at all. Um, anyway, so I didn't get a lot done in the business, but I got a lot of house cleaning, a lot of cooking, a lot of kind of looking at my freezers, like what are we going to eat? I got a lot of that kind of low-key type stuff done yesterday. And it was a day off, so I didn't want to come down here that much. I don't think I had any customer questions. I did send a bunch of offers all day long, though. I always do that. But I had my listing scheduled from Saturday. I had at least 10, I think more than that, going up on Sunday. And then last night again, I just vibed up. You'd think I'd be tired because I really only slept like 4.5 hours or 5 between 3 a.m. and 8:30. So you'd think I'd be kind of halfway tired that night, but I wasn't. So same thing, wasted too much time in bed trying to fall asleep. So I got up and then I started on my editing. So the reason I'm doing so much editing is, first of all, once you'll see that the beginning of my store, not the beginning because I've sold on eBay for 20 years, but the oldest things in my store have been neglected and I have not paid attention to them. And I only have a store right now of 987 items, and my sell-through is great. Like, I have almost equal solds to equal listed. So my sell-through is already not a problem, and my space is not an issue, but I just need to know, like, why I'm not going to this box ever to pull anything. Like, is it delisted? Is it stuff I should never have listed? Like, why is this box just full all the time? And then, you know, I'll even end and sell similar sometimes. Like, even on this older stuff, I'll go in, I'll make sure I have the numbers, I'll just quickly write down the numbers, I'll end and sell similar, change a few things, lower the price. I have sales on this stuff and it's still not moving. So if you happen to have caught some of my other videos, I am one by one going through this older stuff until the newer stuff and it catches up, and I don't have, you know, number 500 and I'm on 4,000 and something now. And these items, I don't remember. I don't know if I had them before I started my numbering system and brought them into the numbering system, or if, you know, a lot of that early stuff did rotate and now these are numbers that I've had. Either way, it's over a year and a half, I think, that I've had most of this. I know I didn't buy these at garage sales or anything last year, so I think it's going on a year and a half. And to me, that's just way too long. I know some people disagree, and that's totally fine. I just don't want my store to be slow. And plus, I have great items behind me, and I don't want these cheap items or things that fell off to hinder my good stuff. And it will. My understanding, I mean, you can research it, but my understanding is you can add 1,000 nice new items, but if you have 2,000 or 3,000 stagnant items, those newer items will sell slower. That's just the information I have. I could be totally wrong on that. So you want your entire store to work like a machine. And I think it makes sense. You know, when I go to flea markets, I've used this example before. When I go to flea markets, if I keep going back to the same flea market and those booths in the front just have the same cookie jar that they've had for 2 years, then when you go in, you're like, well, nobody's added anything new. Even if they have, maybe it's somewhere else. But if they're not moving things around, rotating things, you walk in and you just feel like, oh, yeah, I already know what's here. I'm leaving. I'm not going to dig deep because this person doesn't look like they rotate their stuff. And so I think in any store, you know, that's why stores change the front window so you can see the new arrivals, and then they clearance out the old, hopefully. And that's the theory that I'm trying to go with. So anyway, I got, since I couldn't sleep, I got like a box and a half done, and I want to show you what I did. Let's see, here's my list. All right, so number 603. This is a vintage Christian t-shirt, and these can do very, very well. Vicky and Katie are on YouTube. I think that that's just their name, Katie and Vicky. I think that's their YouTube channel, but you can Google them. They'll come up, and you know, she is very good. On one of them is very good on the vintage t-shirts, and I think it's Katie. Don't quote me. I watch them all the time. You'd think I could get their names right. Sorry about that. But anyway, she knows her t-shirts. Like, she would, in her store, she would get $300 for this. I'm totally not kidding you at all. She has an eye for these vintage t-shirts. And anyway, so once I started listening to them, I started not ignoring these. And I know my own kids, they, you know, we grew up in church, our kids did, and they would like wear something like this. So I know that it's true. But anyway, I've had this at $39.99. It didn't budge. It does have some condition issues. It's a little faded or dingy. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I was soaking my clothing back then. It's not dingy enough to where I think I should soak it. You know, but anyway, it's really cute. It has a scripture on it. But I don't know if the Living Epistles is a good brand or not, because I don't always find this. So I lowered it down to $19. I upped my promoted to 15%, because remember, I've had this a year and a half. I mean, this has to go. And then I changed my title. I had Living Epistles as the first word, and if that's not something people want, then, you know, it may mess up my search. So I changed the title to Vintage Christian Shirt, And I probably should go in and put vintage Christian t-shirt, actually, now that I'm telling you that. So anyway, if I can get 10 bucks for this, that would be good. I think it will sell, and I don't really want to donate it. I think this does have some following, but that's where we're at. Okay. Number 608. I used to have like Cellhound and some things like that where VAs would do the work, and I tried to check everything. I thought I checked all my listings. I never have let anyone else launch my listings ever. You know, I've always been really in my own store. Even when I've had help or employees, I always double check, just because two people are better than one. You know, someone might make a mistake. It has nothing to do with the quality of the VA, really. I just kind of launch my own stuff because, you know, you can get in trouble with eBay if you're not careful what you're doing. And so anyway, these are Cannondale shorts. They are cycling shorts. I do pretty well as a rule on cycling shorts, and then they say Terra there. And these are padded. They're lightly padded, but they are padded. And I had unpadded in the title. So, I mean, these aren't a real thick like padding, but they definitely are. And but I had in bright lights unpadded cycling shorts. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose. You know, I do spinning in the morning, and I don't I'm not full-time like 12 hours on a bike like some people, so I don't need padded cycling shorts, but I can see where, you know, you would want them if you're truly out on a bike. And so I don't know why I had that, but I corrected that mistake in the listing. I redid my title. My photos were good. My photos were good on the first shirt too. There's no photos that were blurry or anything like that. And then I put padded, and then I upped the promoted listings to 15%. I don't think that I want, or that I put more than like 12 bucks on these. And then with my coupons and promos and all that, I don't care. I just want like 5 bucks for these, but I don't want to get rid of them. I think they should be selling. Okay. I went ahead and put these back in the box, so, because I didn't know when I'd get this video made. Sorry, let me do that right now. I will get that in a minute. That is my mother dear, but I just texted her, so I know she's okay. So, I will call her in a minute. These are Champion sweatpants. We are waiting anxiously to hear, and I hope that's what it's about, but she'll text me. We are anxiously waiting to hear. It's a long story. I've mentioned it quickly before, but my sister-in-law is of Malawian descent, African descent, but she's from Malawi. And my brother and her have been married going on 9-10 years. They have 2 children together. My brother was teaching English over there, or not English, but for an embassy school, and they met. And she's a lovely, lovely woman. And anyway, long story short, with COVID, with all of this stuff, he can get into the U.S. with his daughter to try to get her the education that they want her to have. I love Malawi. I'm not putting it down, but it is really a chalkboard and chalk situation at school, at least where they live and where her family lives. And so she's applied, and there's nothing in her background, no reason, nothing. They do take like a background check from every country you've ever lived in, and they've traveled a lot and stuff. And so, all that's done. But anyway, her embassy interview was supposed to be done by now, like yesterday on February 6th, only in Malawian time. And of course, the consular general or whoever it is just didn't show up. So all these people are waiting, and I don't know if it's the U.S. government doing that or the Malawian consulate. I mean, I just don't know which one they're submitting all this paperwork to. But anyway, so, she's just sitting there waiting because, she needs to get back to her husband. My brother came ahead of her to get his job established here. He was teaching English in China, and it was just really difficult with COVID. They love it. They love that country. They love the people, and they may go back eventually. But right now, it's just hard, for him. And he just wanted to come see my mom. My parents are getting elderly, and my dad, and so he wanted to just come spend a few years in the U.S. And it's been difficult. So if you're a praying person, I'd appreciate that. But that may be what that's about. I don't see... yeah, nothing about that. So Anyway, these are a pair of Champion sweatpants. They're just men's. And they are kind of like a, not really a wide leg, I wouldn't say, but like a straight leg. And these were not listed. They had fallen off. I don't know how. These aren't going to go for a ton anyway, but they won't sell if they're not listed. So anyway, I got them relisted. I think I put like 15% on these too. My pictures were good. My descriptions seemed okay. I mean, I double checked every single thing, so I didn't think that I needed to rephoto or anything. And so now these have a chance to sell. These kind of thick, heavy cotton sweatpants, they actually can do good, and especially with, oh, there's a deer out in front of my window. I wish I could change my thing around. I do live in Wyoming, if you aren't aware of that, and the deer are always just like right in our yard and in our front window. Right now, unfortunately, I don't know what's brought them down, but out on the interstate 20 miles away from us, I don't know what exactly is happening. I need to read more. You could go Google it, I'm sure. But there is an elk herd, a huge elk herd, and for some reason it's come down from the mountains where it normally is, or even in our town, and it's like out right by the interstate, and there's nothing they can do. They can't seem to redirect that herd, and so it's like from almost Utah to our part of Wyoming, and it's just one by one. I mean, cars are hitting them, and there's nothing anybody seems to be able to do. You know, we in Wyoming, the theory or the going thing is that you don't interfere with the nature anyway. I mean, that's kind of how the wildlife people, I can't say their name, but the wildlife people who are in charge, you know, that's what they do. And so, you know, they just are letting them graze where they want to graze, which I don't disagree with. I'm not saying that there is anything that can be done or that we should, but unfortunately, a lot of them are getting hit by cars out there. So my husband and I, if we go that route on I-80, we're going to have to be very, very careful not to hit an elk. And I mean, it's not just about the elk. That's very sad, but it's also about us and our car. I mean, it wrecks your car, and you're lucky if you know, depends on how big a one. If you hit some big bull elk, I'm sure this is common sense, but you don't want to do that. So, so yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I love looking out here, and a lot of times they'll have the baby deer, or there'll be twin deer, and it's kind of funny because I'll be working away here, and then like, you know, I don't look out all the time. I'm busy down here. I have a standing desk, and I have these really big window here. If you've looked at some of my other videos, you might have seen me film my office, but I have this really nice huge window that looks out to the mountains. But sometimes I'll be working, and then you know something's looking at you, like truly, and you know, and like my husband's gone or something, and my dog is safe, or he's right here, and I'm like, what? And it literally, the deer will just like look in my window. It's a little freaky until you get used to it. And like if I were gonna go out to my car now, I will clap or shake my keys. I just, you know, if it's just a deer, it's fine. But if it's, you know, had babies lately or whatever, and you look like you're even getting too close to it, they can kick you, and they can kick your dog for sure if your dog goes after them. So, so that's my life, but it's a beautiful life, right? I mean, I got a deer sitting right outside, literally my front window, like right here. Okay, let's get back to work, guys. Okay. These are a pair of clutch shorts. I don't know why I bought them or where. I'm assuming the bins, because they have like no sell-through rate at all. There's hardly any on eBay. They look kind of like more of a, you know, this is in style, this kind of baggy swim trunk type thing. And I think maybe I just was at the bins and thought, okay, I'm going to put some more research into those. You know, I don't know. But they're unlined, but they're clean. And I looked these up again last night, and there's one that sold for like $5. So this was a bad buy right from the start, probably. So I am donating these, or not donating them. I'm consigning these. Summer is coming. This place I consign wants tons of swim trunks and everything else. And I just don't think I should try any longer on eBay. I don't think it's the right venue. So I'm going to hopefully end up with $2 or $3 still, get my money back. They'll sell those for $6 to $8 because of the style, I think. I'll get half. So hopefully. All right. So that's what I did. I delisted those anyway. I am done trying. I give up. I don't know what the deal is, but I give up. All right. So I thought this was cute. It's unbranded or the brand fell off. It's like a quilted advent calendar wall hanging. So you have all your little pockets here. And then on the number 15, the one is just a little bit loose. You know, right there, a little bit loose. And I mentioned that. And it's just really cute, you know. I mean, I like it. My husband and I aren't gonna like do an advent thing. Now that I have my niece around, I mean, I could take this to her for if she's around next Christmas, if they don't move to another part of the States or something. And I thought it was really cute, but I changed and I put, you know, Christmas wall hanging instead of just having advent calendar first. This is more of like a Christmas wall hanging too. So I changed up my keywords. I also put calico because there are some calico prints on there. And I just tried to mess with this. I think it's darling. I don't really have a place to donate it except the thrift, so I'm not quite ready to get rid of it yet. I honestly like it enough. I think if I can't get rid of it by next Christmas, I'll maybe, you know, keep it and hang it up at Christmas. I like it. It's a real cute piece. So, but I lowered the price way down. I mean, I think I'm willing to take like $8 for it. I just want to get it in the hands of somebody. I think it's darling. And so that is that. Let's see. This is an Eddie Bauer shirt. And it's a thicker shirt, and it does have more of the older label. I wouldn't say it's like USA vintage, but it is kind of a vintage older tag. And it's not flannel, but it is like a heavier cotton, and it's really cute. It's an XL also, and it has the pocket. So I changed up my keywords. I think I put Y2K. I put vintage in it. I did not have any of those before. I didn't really consider this a vintage Eddie Bauer, but technically it is. It's at least 90s, I think. I could be wrong on that, but I put Y2K anyway. And I, you know, did some promos. I think I already had it promoted, and it just wasn't selling. I don't know why. And I, upped my promoted, changed my keywords. I'm still willing to take like $8 or $10 on this, but I don't think that I need to get rid of it. I think it'll sell. Eddie Bauer is a brand that I'm trying to get more substantial pieces. Like, I would not pick this up again, probably, unless it was at the bins. And, you know, this is kind of heavy, so this would cost me $2. I probably would not invest $2 in an Eddie Bauer shirt like this. Maybe a heavy flannel or a shacket or the more substantial pieces I would. So I would not buy this again, but I still am trying to get that Eddie Bauer outdoor Gorp Core. Oh, I put Gorp Core, too. That's the thing that I learned from Jack Valentine. It's an aesthetic, and he's the only one I've heard use it. I've heard people use a lot of other of the aesthetics, but I think he's the only one that I've ever heard use that, and it has been helping me. So I put that in there, and that is good. Okay. All right. Then I have these silver jeans. These are silver Maisie skinny jeans. I've had these forever and again. I don't know why. I think I had the measurements in the title, like 24 by 29. And I think, especially with silver jeans, they make a lot of, you know, wide variety of sizes. And I think my listing might have been pretty confusing on whether these were plus size or not. These are plus size 24, so the waist is actually 42. So I went in and made that more clear in my listing. I made sure my item specifics were clear that this was a plus size. I put plus size in the title, which I don't do a lot. I don't like to, you know, body shame people and put, you know, big and tall or plus size. I mean, it's okay. I know that it's fine. It's acceptable to use those. But I just figure, you know, people know their size, and I don't need to put anything else about it in there. I guess some people search for plus size jeans, but I would think most people would just search by their size. Nobody wants to look at all the plus size jeans. So I don't feel like that's always effective, so I've just not used it. But in this pair of jeans, I felt like I needed to emphasize that it was a size 24 plus size pants. So I changed that. I upped my promoted, upped the shipping. The reason I'm upping the shipping is these are such old listings that I'm charging like $7.99 to ship them, and this is $8.30. My actual cost is $8.30. So I put $9.75 on all of my padded flat rates. Okay. This is Black Rain brand. I think it's cute, but I've had it for 2 years, going on 2 years. You know, you would need to wear a shirt, or, you know, hopefully most people would, under this. And then it's like a, not a cover up, but like a, I don't know, layered look thing. And I looked this brand up. I don't pick this brand up now. I don't know why I did. Maybe because it was lightweight and it was really cute. And I thought I was smart. I thought I could do it based on, you know, floral, whatever. But it just didn't budge. And I looked at the sell through on this brand, and if you put in black rain top or black rain shirt, it's like 620 available and 38 sold. So I'm not gonna try to be something I'm not and hold on to this for 2 more years. I'm gonna donate this when summer comes. So this is going in my consignment tubs that are right now in the middle of my office floor. I'm gonna try to get those cleaned up, but I do want to edit another 200-300 items before I pick these up, because this is where a lot of this stuff's going. I'm going to empty out the fall and winter, because I don't even know. Hopefully they'll still take my winter stuff. It's not winter as in ski type heavy jackets or anything. It's just long sleeve stuff and denim shirts and things that when I did my haul video, you saw me put a lot of stuff in there. So I'm going to empty that out. I'm going to take that today. I'm going to check my balance. Last time I checked my balance, I had over 125, 30 bucks there to use. I won't have time to spend it today, but I'm building that up. And today is one of the drop off days. So I'm going to drop that off. And then hopefully, once this is done, I can go to the bins for maybe just like a 1-day trip or a 1 overnight trip. And then I can come back through. That's in the town where my mom and my family live. I can just stay overnight there one night and just go into this store. Yeah, he's literally right there. Hello. Hello. If I knocked on the window, it would skim. Oh, there's more than one. So Mama's right there too. So yeah, if I had to go out to my car right now, I'd be, yeah, really careful, really cautious. You know, everybody makes fun of me for being afraid of the deer. I've lived here for so many years. I should not be afraid of deer. If you leave them alone, pretty much they leave you alone. But again, they don't know what you're doing. And if they've just, I've lived here years and I should know the mating seasons and the birth seasons and stuff. I'm terrible. I love nature, but I don't know. I don't know like when the babies come, you know, I don't know what time of the year. My friends make fun of me because they've lived here for years, but they like paid attention, I guess. And I just didn't. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, I'm going to take my bag to the consignment store today. Okay. So this, I'm embarrassed about this. I have no clue. I mean, I probably got it at the bins, probably missed the flaw. And these can go kind of high, you know, like 20 bucks. So maybe that was the thing. But this has I put a tear on the waistband. So I had labeled it correctly. But I mean, I guess nobody just wanted to fix this. I don't know why I listed them with that kind of a flaw. You know, maybe a smaller hole, but it's right here. I don't know. These are nice. I mean, they're nice shorts. So I'm going to go ahead and consign these. This store does list things that are unbranded and list things that are flawed. And, you know, someone can see these and, yeah, I might get a couple bucks. If they throw them away, that's fine too. I'm going to put those in my summer consignment. I'm really proud of myself. I'm doing something ahead finally. I have summer and spring consignment from the bins ready to go ahead. And so if I have a week where the garage sales and estate sales are amazing, but I'm not finding any consignment clothing that's like cheap enough to consign, then I'm ahead. And so I'm still going to buy during those weeks and not use those unless I just have a bad week or I'm stuck in town for a week for something and I can't go to the bins. Then I will weekly be able to donate my 25 items and keep that consignment income coming in. And that's not even what I could do if I got into Denver and went to some of those stores. I haven't even tackled that yet. It is on my list. But anyway, so I pulled those fly items. So I'm going to save my mailers. They're still good. I will save those. And then I have like 10 hard goods pulled. I didn't get them all done. I got tired finally, thankfully, and went to bed. So this is my only boxed item that I got to. And I think these are absolutely darling. They're wedges. Aren't these cute? I mean, I think the Wokey brand also has a following, and these are a small women's size. Like, I could not wear these. These, I think, are translate to a size 6, and I think that is part of the problem. But aren't these just, I mean, look at that heel. I love it. And there's nothing wrong with these. There's no flaws. I had them at 21. I had some people looking and watching, but I just couldn't move them. So I changed out my keywords. My photos were great. They look really stunning in the photos. And so anyway, I just went ahead and just, I think maybe I put $19.99, or maybe I didn't write what I did on those, and I don't know why. I didn't write what changes I made, but I upped my promoted to make sure they're getting seen, and just hope they sell. I'm not ready to give up on those yet. I could consign them come summer, and I will try to do a second pass on this really older stuff. And if I haven't moved this stuff by the appropriate seasons that it comes to, then this truly is my last attempt on eBay for these items. If I can't figure out what is wrong with my keywords, or, you know, this style, I know it's not the style of the shoe. These are darling. So anyway, guys, so in the end, I pulled 2 items. I relisted 1 or 2. I didn't put the second one, but I know that I had to go to Ink Frog and relist 2 items. I know the sweatpants and something else. Maybe it was the Eddie Bauer shirt, I think, actually, that wasn't currently listed. So I went in, and so that's pretty bad. I mean, I've got, what is it? It's like 10 to 11 items here that I checked, if that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. 2 weren't listed. 1 had a flaw that's just ridiculous, and 2 just have no sell-through of any kind. And so it sounds great that I even have 1,000 items, which is really low compared to most people. A lot of these resellers on here have 5, 10, 15,000 items. I don't know what's wrong with me. I list, but my stuff sells, and I just can't seem to get my store built up again. I'm still working on it. But anyway, out of 8 or 9 items, if I'm counting correctly, 2 weren't listed. That alone is horrible. So that's what makes me think it's actually kind of good right now. I love traveling with a passion. I've said before, I wish I could be a trucker. Like, I wish I had the guts to drive on these roads, because I love truck stops. I love eating diner food. I love being on the road and just seeing the forest and the driving and all that. But anyway, you know, I am like over my limit. I am tired. I need to stay home and get some paperwork done and stuff. So this should help extend out my sales. I'm only going to do it each day as I see that my sales are still good. So I'm going to try to stretch out the 75 items behind me, and I'm only going to list 10 a day. My goal is 30, but I have a lot of corrections in my store. I'm ending and selling similar. I've done that over and over on this older stuff, and there's still problems. Like, there's still reasons why these are not selling. That end and refreshing and lowering the price and putting some promotions, I think that took care of like 50% of the things that were just stagnant. That is the way to start, I think. I think do them in bulk, go in, maybe run down the list when they're pulled up in the bulk editor and just make a few title changes, make a few price changes. Don't just relist them without making any change. But I made very quick in bulk kind of things. I added promoted listings to the ones that didn't have it, and that did really help move my store. But now there's a reason. I mean, there must be a decent amount of stuff that fell off. It must have had an offer, and then eBay did not relist it or whatever. So anyway, guys, that's my theory of what I'm doing. This is only box number like 3 in order of my inventory system, and I must have 60 boxes of stuff at least, maybe more. I don't even know. I've never counted. But anyway, so just to have, you know, 8 items needs so much work. On the other hand, you know, I mean, I'm still happy. I jumped from 608 to 627 to 646 to 651 to 654. So that's probably not as good. I mean, you know, there should be like 100 items that sold in between of these problems. But for some reason, whatever I did in the 600s, I don't know. Maybe I was pricing too high. I don't know why they fell off. But anyway, I'm happy with the progress. You will see a lot of videos like that this week because I'm only going to list 10 items. I might send them to my VA in groups of 30, but then I'm just going to schedule them out. The scheduling price, I guess, is going away. That's a great blessing for me that we won't have to pay for scheduling anymore because I probably spend about 20 a month maybe. I schedule out a lot when I'm actively doing it. This month I didn't spend that much, but I do spend, you know, 20 bucks a month scheduling listings so I can have days off. And so I didn't do that this month, but anyway, I'm glad that is going away. I think that's on the spring seller update. So anyway, guys, you will see a ton of editing going on from me this week. I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope you are kind of getting an idea of like what I do with inventory that I just have no clue why it's not moving. Let me know what you do. Let me know if you have any other suggestions. Remember, I've already tried in bulk. I've tried not wasting my time on this. But I'm also making money in the sense that I'm not just relisting items that have fallen off. So to eBay, these are 2 brand new listings because these haven't been listed for months and months and months, maybe even as much as of a year. I have not done this for about a year because I was helping my mom this time of the year last year. So I know it's been way over a year. And then I am going to get some consignment money. So I'm bringing profit back into the business. I feel really good about it. So we'll see you in maybe even tomorrow for box 4 and 5. I'm going to try to do 20 to 30 items a day to get this over with. But if my sales drop, if the 10 items, new items, and better items a day, plus all the editing I'm doing, if my sales start to drop, then I'll have to just go to the bins and get newer and better items and then slow down on the progress of what I'm doing here. So all right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for listening. If you could subscribe, if you don't mind sharing and liking, make a comment. It really helps my store get into the hand, or my channel get into the hands of people who might be interested. And so I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye-bye.